Hello and welcome to Fantasista Doll episode 5. Now this is a Katia themed episode, which is the blue hair girl. Mostly her episode this week. Since last week was about Shimeji and her past. And this episode kind of jumps start with Yuzumi finally joining the card club. She finally gives in and joins the club with her friend. I think Manai is her name. Yeah, she joins her club finally at last. But the funny part was that the episode, Izumi kind of joins and agrees and walks into the club room and she bumps into, or who does she see? Kagami, which is the blue-haired girl who fought her in episode 1. And she's kind of shocked that she's there. She's like, what? Like, what are you doing here? But she doesn't reveal anything until Menai leaves the room and she kind of glares at Izumi like, I'll get you and get your cards. Don't worry, I'll get them back. And both of them kind of butt heads in the entire episode. They don't like each other. You can tell her off the bat. Only when Menai's not in the room. But when she's out of the room, Kagami kind of switches personalities to this, angry character. And she gets mad at Izumi. But halfway through the episode, Izumi just returns the card that she took from the first girl, and the ninja girl, and then slowly I think it builds this bridge that both these characters kind of forget the past and kind of maybe become friends. I don't think they're fully friends, but they kind of quit being so mean to each other and kind of start getting used to each other. And besides that, with that character returning, we have Mizumi's main team of girls. She gets kind of aggravated at her team because she goes to buy drinks for her friends and checks her purse or wallet, whatever you want to call it, and it's like, I have no money. And it's just so she forces her team to kind of each of them to get different jobs. And in this, you had Katia being a delivery girl. Sasar is a fisherman. She goes fishing on his boat. Shimeji gives tours of the city, that kind of bus. She gives tours with that. Madeline, she becomes this model character, I think. And then last, you have Akari. I guess she works at a gun range because they showed her cleaning a gun or something, or a rifle. I thought it was kind of random jobs for these girls to be doing, but yeah. But the main focus, like I said, was Katia, and they followed her, taking this package to this old woman, and she gets kind of lost. She doesn't know where she's going. She's like, well, and she asks the nearest person, and who the person she asks happens to be Yuzumi's little sister, and they kind of hit it off. They both two of these girls, they kind of become friends, and it's basically Yuzumi's sister giving, Katia a tour of the city, well, I'll help you find this woman you're looking for. So they kind of they find her eventually on this bus stop. But the funny thing was, Katia kind of reveals her magical powers to this woman and a bunch of other people. But you had the announcer guy kind of caught up to the girl that saw it and was like, this is just special effects, we're filming a movie. And the woman or whatever believes that guy, okay, because he kind of flirts with her, and she kind of forgets what she's talking about and looks at him like, oh, you're a nice young guy, and he kind of falls for him for a little bit, which I thought that was kind of funny. And yeah, so like I said, Katia and Izumi's sister become friends, which was nice. But during this, they're looking around, looking for this place to drop this package. There's this kid who's after them, and he's got his team of girls. They're kind of like different professions. Yeah, like a nurse, one like that, and they tried attacking Katia, but every time they got to try to attack her, they would end up getting caught by bad luck. And they reveal that Katia's active power, without her noticing it, is bad luck, basically. So if you try to fight her, you will miss or have some kind of accident because she's literally a walking ball of bad luck. So you can't really hurt her because, like I said, her power is luck based or anything like that. So I thought it was kind of funny. A little random about that one. It was kind of neat. And to everyone's surprise, Kagami kind of jumps in and fights this guy and basically, I guess you would say, saves the day from Katia having to fight, which is nice because I don't think Katia wanted to involve Yuzumi's little sister in these little battles. So, and yeah, but they revealed this someone called the chairman, which I assume he's the main boss character, because Kagami actually knows him. So I thought it was kind of weird. I'm like, okay. So I'm not sure if Kagami's on the good guys team or not. I have a feeling she's not, which is fine. I need to make something interesting out of this. But in the end, everything's solved with, typical friendship. Katia made a friend, and the funny thing is Yumi's little sister at the end is kind of like all sad and depressed that Katia kind of disappeared on her, and she's like, "Oh, I promise I'll see you again." And the funny thing is, she doesn't realize that they've been in the same house since the beginning of the series. So I thought that was kind of interesting. But I am disappointed that they did not have like Katia join Yuzumi at maybe make her little sister part of this card thing. Be kind of cool. And for the random moments, Katia, they showed a scene where they're doing like this interview TV thing, and Katia's kind of like in the background attacking this mascot, like pulling on it, looking up under it and everything. Just it was kind of funny, a little random out there. And the last thing would be to mention is the two announcers from episode 4. They actually live together. I was like, oh, okay, that's kind of random. I guess they have maybe they're a couple. I don't know. Who knows? But I thought it was kind of funny. And I think next week is about Akari. And we get to see more about her, what she goes through next week. So by episode 7, we should have the whole team. We already had all the stories for the characters, so by then maybe you can actually get the story of who the chairman is and all these other characters we haven't seen. But anyway, that's been episode 5 of Fantasista Doll. See you next week for episode 6 with Akari story.